place to be to see what kind of culture you're trying to build.
The atmosphere is phenomenal. The kids love it.
My question to you is, would you be comfortable with a situation where both guys play?
Yeah. As long as they're doing their jobs and we winning, we definitely want to continue to develop Juju, but Caden is unbelievable. Caden's off the chain. He's been there, done that. He can get the job done. I wouldn't have brought him here if I didn't trust him. But Juju is coming on around the mountain when he comes. And I love him.
Coach Prime just dropped one of the most interesting and controversial moments of the entire Big 12 media day. He was asked directly about the quarterback competition at Colorado. Before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear might change how you view college football and the Sanders legacy forever. And instead of giving the safe answer, instead of sticking with the Shedeur is our guy line he's always leaned on, he brought up other QBs. He called Juju a rising star. He said Caden was off the chain.
Say why me, regardless of what's ahead of me or what I see. Like, Lord, just use me. If you could use anything, you could use me. So I'm truly thankful. I'm truly a go-getter. I want to win at all costs. I want to win the right way. I want to set the right standards. And I want to prepare these young men for life, not just football. I want them to be professional.
And he capped it off with one sentence that has college football fans asking serious questions. We can't lose either way with either of those two. Wait a minute. What happened to Shedeur Sanders?
When I mentioned those two guys, Travis and Shedeur, they're obviously on. They were a big staple of your coaching career to this point. Big shoes to fill. I guess you're not trying to have players fill those shoes, but those are big departures.
Nobody can fill those shoes.
So how does it get done to replace leadership and production from those guys?
They were great players. We have a better team. It's the difference between great players and a great team.
The legacy is loud, but so is the pressure. For 2 seasons, Shedeur Sanders has been the face of Colorado football, more than Travis Hunter, more than any running back or receiver. He's the coach's son, he's the Heisman hopeful, he's the future NFL draft pick, and now suddenly his name isn't even mentioned in the conversation. Is this strategy? Is this smoke and mirrors? Or is this the beginning of the end of the Shedeur era? One thing's for sure, Coach Prime isn't afraid to rattle cages, even when it comes to his own family. But here's the bigger question. Can Deion Sanders truly separate coaching from fatherhood? The double standard nobody wants to talk about. Let's rewind to last season. When Deion arrived at Colorado, he brought his son and made him the starting quarterback from day one. He didn't hide it, he didn't apologize for it, but the media, the fans, critics said it was nepotism. They called Shedeur overhyped. They said Deion was playing favorites. Now, when Deion says someone other than Shedeur might get the job suddenly, everyone's acting like it's a meritocracy. That's the double standard, because let's be real, if any other coach had made his son the centerpiece of the program, he'd be roasted for life. But Deion didn't care. He said, "We're here to win. We don't play to compete. We play to win." But now that new quarterbacks are being praised, we're forced to ask, has Shedeur been the guy this whole time because of talent or bloodline? The loyalty debate, father first or coach first? At the press conference, Coach Prime said something that caught everyone off guard. He talked about his bond with his players. One called him just to ask where to get their hair braided. And Deion didn't brush it off. He celebrated it. He said, "I don't know how many other coaches in the Big 12 that their players can call them about getting their hair braided. That's loyalty, that's trust. But it also raises a concern. Does that kind of father-like relationship with your players, especially your own son, cloud your judgment? If you're a defensive lineman on the Buffalo's roster, do you truly believe the QB competition is open? Or are you just watching Coach Prime protect his prince? The real problem is Deion Sanders creating a culture or a castle."
Deion had a level of greatness that was untouchable. That's the difference between, I think, Deion and who his kids were. And then I think Deion's approach to it made other people, Deion's fame, right? Deion's success, Deion's ability to one day be a head coach in the league. Also, Deion's ability and what he's done in navigating the present, right? When we talk about college, of his children. And now going into the pros, this was the first thing he couldn't control.
Deion Sanders preaches discipline, he demands character, he builds culture. But what if the culture he's building is actually a castle built around a bloodline? What if Shedeur Sanders is the centerpiece, not because of skill, which he has plenty of, but because the entire brand depends on it? Think about it. The NIL deals, the documentaries, the interviews, the merchandise. Coach Prime and Shedeur are a packaged product. If Shedeur gets benched, if he underperforms, if Caden or Juju take over, that empire crumbles. This is no longer just football. It's a family business. And that might be great for entertainment, but is it good for the locker room? Is Deion Sanders playing mind games with the media or with his son? Let's not pretend Deion doesn't know what he's doing. This is a man who controlled NFL media cycles for 2 decades. He knows how to make headlines. He knows how to stir controversy. He knows how to motivate through chaos. So maybe this isn't a real quarterback controversy at all. Maybe it's a message to Shedeur. Nobody's spot is guaranteed, not even yours. Or maybe it's a smokescreen for defenses. Keep opposing teams guessing. Keep your own team grinding. Keep the fire lit under everyone, even your own son. But then again, if you're playing psychological games with your quarterback and he's your own flesh and blood, how long before that relationship fractures? Fans are already taking sides. Some say Shedeur is the guy. This is all noise. Others ask, why is Coach Prime suddenly hyping up other QBs? And then there's the third camp, the realists. They say Shedeur's been great, but not untouchable. His numbers last season were solid, but not elite. And now, with 2 new quarterbacks on the roster, younger and hungry, the competition is real. And it should be. Because no program, not even one led by Deion Sanders, should revolve around just one name, not even if it's your son. Is Deion Sanders favoring Shedeur or finally challenging him? So let's answer the question that started this all. Is Coach Prime favoring his son? Truth? Maybe he was. But now he's putting the world on notice. He's letting Shedeur know the days of guaranteed starts are over. He's telling the team, I don't care who you are, I care what you produce. And he's warning the Big 12, you're going to have to beat more than a name. You're going to have to beat a culture. But deep down, one truth remains. No matter how many names Coach Prime mentions, there's only one quarterback who's got the pressure, the spotlight, and the weight of the Sanders legacy on his shoulders. And that's Shedeur Sanders. So now it's your turn. Is Shedeur Sanders still QB1 because he's earned it? Or is Coach Prime trying to finally treat him like just another player? Has Deion created a fair team or a family empire? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get this debate rolling. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because this is just the beginning of what could be the most dramatic QB storyline in college football this season. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.